Para hablar, sí, yo soy la difícil.
Let's do that. So hello everyone. Today we are going to start with the Python meetings. The first one is presented by Regina Hernandez. We're gonna do this every week, starting today until the end of November. So if anyone wants to participate, we still have 3 slots. If anyone else wants to present, 3 slots. So have 20 minutes, please, to present.
Okay, questions?
Thank you.
Okay, so hello everyone online and here. So, well, in this presentation, we will do a very quick overview of how to connect to a remote machine, making it not asking us passwords every time we connect to it, which is something we usually do, and you can do it better. And how to make aliases for connecting to this host, and how to use VSCode, which is a development tool for having a environment for doing many scientific things. It's basically coding. I will show you in this presentation. So first, I will show you a little bit how to make and exchange cryptographic keys with a remote machine. So a cryptographic key is basically a very long password, like just very basically. For making a cryptographic key in your computer, you need to run this command SSH dash key again. That's TRCS. This generates a two cryptographic keys in your computer in these 2 paths you see in the bottom of the presentation. This has 2 versions. It has a public version and a private version, a private key. So the private one, you have to keep it in your computer and don't share it with anyone, because it's a signature of you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the .pub file is a public password that you share with other machines to tell you, okay, this is my key, and it compares it with your private key, and you can exchange. You are connected with freely with that remote machine. So you just have to run these commands on your computer and press enter, and you will have these files read on those directories. So next, what you have to do is copy those cryptographic keys to the remote machine. So for letting the remote machine, okay, this is my private, my public identification. So for doing that, you just have to run this command SSH copy ID, and you send the public key with the I argument. You tell it, okay, this is my public key, and you have to put then your user and the remote host machine. For example, in the case of if you are connected to, for example, Panoramics or Asterix computer, it will be my username at panoramics.astro.put.cl. So if you do this, it will ask you for the password of your user. And it will ask you, okay, do you want to share this public key with us? And you can just press yes. And the next time you do SSH to this remote machine, it will not ask you for a password anytime. Just do SSH, and you will be able to log in without putting the password. So this is very useful, especially if you want to open multiple terminals for doing SSH to remote machines, and you don't have to put the password anytime. This is specific to your computer. If you want to log in from another computer, you have to do all these previous steps. Okay, but you have to do it only once. So questions regarding this very So the next thing we can do is putting an alias to the remote machine. So I told you have to do SSH username at asterisk.astro.pool.cl, and that's very long and annoying sometimes. So we can create an alias to the remote machine direction by doing the following. We can open this file .ssh/config, which is a file that stores the configurations of the SSH connections. And if we add the following information in the right panel, it says host, my server, the host name, blah, 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 user, blah, blah. So what it does is my server is an alias for the server you're connected to. So for example, I can call it, I don't know, server 1, server 2, server 4, whatever, or whatever you want. Then you put in the arguments hostname, and that's the remote direction of the remote, the IP direction of the remote machine. For example, if it is black, it would be black.astro.put.c. That's the direction of the remote machine. And in user, you put your username. So mine will be J or no. And you would like to put the forward X11 argument to yes in order for the connection to retrieve your graphical interface when you connect to it. You always want to put that to yes. So when you do this, you can then connect to the server just by doing SSH my server, where my server is the alias I put in the previous configuration. And this is very useful for connecting and not having to write the whole direction anytime you want it. So by doing this, the two previous steps, you wouldn't have to put the password anytime, and you don't have to write the whole name of the server every time you connect. And the nice thing is that to the SSH config files, you can add multiple hosts in the same file. So if you have many remotes you have to usually connect to, you just add them in the file one below the other. So it's very useful. I use it every day. So questions regarding
Yes.
yeah.
So when you're doing the forward X11 that part, you don't have to put the Y in that part.
Yeah, you still have to.
You have to?
Yeah, you still have to. So yeah, what Patricia is asking me is, for example, when you do SSH on a remote machine, for example, this is my remote machine. In order to retrieve graphical interface, you still have to put the Y argument for the X argument. You see, when I do this, connects automatically and it logs to the remote machine my username, and it didn't ask for a password. But if you want graphical interface, you have to put the argument. Then look, for example, this thing. And it will open a thing in the remote machine and will print it. But you need to put the argument. So next thing I want to show you is VSCode. So VSCode is a code editing tool that it allows you to have many things in just one place. So I will show you first mine before going to the slide. So this is basically what VSCode looks like. You can open folders and see files in there. You can see the files that you open in this environment. You can open to remote machines, many machines. You can install extensions for personalizing the editor. You can open Jupyter notebooks, Python files. You can open terminals, for example, and code here. You can do a lot of stuff. So in order for installing VS Code, you just have to go to that link. This is a Microsoft developed tool, so it's very safe to use. You just download and install it. It's very easy, especially now. It has a lot of documentation. In the first link, you can access the what I showed you in the right image. It has a very complete guide on how to use it. It can be very complicated if you want to do very specific things, but the basics of VS Code are very easy to use. It's very intuitive, actually. You don't have to dive deep into all of them. And there are also video tutorials. The bottom link, you can go and explore more things that I will show you in this very quick tutorial. So when we install VS Code, we can use it not only for developing on your local machine, but you can also connect to a remote machine and running VS Code there, and doing other things you can do in your computer, but in the remote machine. So this is also very useful. So for that, we need to go to VSCode and go to the extensions tab and look for SSH. And then you install these three extensions. And this Remote Explorer is the one that allows you to run VSCode on the remote machines. After you do that, you go to this tab here, to the Remote Explorer tab. And here you can see I have all the hosts here, but when you open it for the first time, you will have just this SSH tab empty. You can just add here. If you configure your SSH config file as I showed you before, you can do just SSH, I don't know, panoramic. And that will add this remote machine to the VS Code environment. I will do it because I already have it. But here, for example, if I want to connect to my machine, you can do it. And it installs some things in you just press yes every time. And now I can open folders in the remote machine. So all of these files are in the in the remote machine. And you can open Jupyter notebooks, for example. Don't see the files. I don't know where I have something. Let me do it again. I have. So yeah, you can open Jupyter notebook. You can put the plots here. You can do everything you do other editors. You can open PDFs files. You can open PNG files. You can open, I don't know, .py files and edit them here. It's very, very useful. So this is how you add a remote machine to this. So yeah, I will leave the instructions more detailed in the slides, but it's basically just the same as I showed you in that. So yeah, when you do this, it will install a VS Code server on the remote machine. So it will not be as fast as I did it, as I showed here, because it has to make the servers run on the machine, but that's only once. And then if you connect, it will be faster. And you can select the folder where you want to explore the data. So if you connect, for example, to this thing here, you need to open a folder where you will be developing your stuff. You can do, for example, I want to open this file. And in the left tab, you will see all the files you have in that directory, the scripts you have, in the right panel, you have the editor. You can open you can actually an overview. So and you have many things in the left tab. So you have here the extensions explorer. If you by default, I think VS Code doesn't support Jupyter notebooks and Python, if I remember correctly, but you can install it if you search for Python here. There's many Python extensions, and some of them are very useful. Some of them are more for developments. I guess you use the basic ones, Python extension pack, and you can also use Jupyter. You search for Jupyter. This will allow you to have your Jupyter installed on the remote machine. By default, also VS Code, I think, doesn't support PDF files, but if you search for PDF, you have a PDF extension for reading PDF. It also has an extension for an overview of fixed images. I haven't used it. This one, I have this one, but it's not very good because it's in development. But there are other ones you can explore. This is an open source software, so many people push things and you can try them. Some of them might be useful to you. I haven't used all of them, but if you want to see if a file format is supported or you want to a specific kind of file, you can just go to the extension library and see if it has support for the thing you want to. If you use Git, it also has Git integration. You can put your account here, and as you can see, you can have a Git repository. I don't know. Yeah, but you have Git support here. You can do commits, you can do push, you can do pulls. In another future Python meeting, we will have someone showing us how to use Git, but it has a lot of tools. Yeah.
Do you have to install something to use the Git? Because in my VS Code it doesn't show anything.
The software is very personalizable. You probably have to put the Git tab in the right panel. It is in the personalization. It probably is in the settings tab. You just have to go to the workspace and see as a Git option. But you have to set it up first. And probably first install the Git extension in the marketplace. If you do it, maybe it's automatically put in the left. Yeah, so that's basically an option what you can do. Yeah, as I showed you, you can explore files, open Jupyter, run your stuff, doing whatever you do. Another useful thing is that you can also run a terminal here. So you just have to go to terminal, new terminal, and I have a terminal here, as you can see. And I can do all the things I do outside VS Code, but here. It's just the same terminal you usually use. So it's very useful. You can add more tabs here. Here. And add many tabs, as many tabs as I want. I can activate on the environments. You can do exactly the same as you do outside. And the other nice things about the Jupyter notebooks is that you don't have to run you don't have to configure the server for running the notebooks. It's automatically created. You don't have to do anything. You just open the Jupyter notebook. And the other good thing is that you can select the environment you want to run the notebook on. You just click here, Python environment, and you see all the Python environment you have, and you say, okay, I want to run the notebook with this environment. And you just run the cells, and it will ask you to install certain things, and it will run automatically without having to set up a server previously. So that's very, very useful. So yeah, I think that those are all the things I have. So
Can you show again how to look for the Python file?
yeah, sure. You open a Jupyter notebook.
It has to be in the Jupyter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you do something in the terminal, you have. If you are not using Conda, and if you have an environment, you have to search here the path where you have the environment. If it is not here, it also has environments that are not Conda. You see, those are other ones but they have to be in the path. They have to be findable by the system. Otherwise, you can create a new environment, or I think you can add the path to where the environments are, but I don't remember how to do it right now. But it also detects non-Conda environments.
Thank you.
Yeah, so VSCode is very powerful with extensions. Alone is not that much. But yeah, I hope this tutorial was useful to you. And if you have any questions, you can reach me anytime now or after the meeting. I'm always in the office. 100, I think. 101. 101. Yeah. So yeah.
101? No.
100.
100.
Yeah, thank you.
When you can like open seats, but you cannot have like GS9 inside. No, you cannot. So if you wanna open something like in the terminal, you cannot put, I don't know, like Topcat in that terminal.
Yeah, sure. You have to make some settings in order for it to recognize in order for know the X11 forwarding. So if I have it configured, so if you do use Topcat here, it should open. Yeah, there it is. So you can do all the things you do in your usual terminal, you can do it here.
Do we have to do anything else when we are connecting to a headless server, like put -y or something during the
not directly in the terminal, but in the settings tab, you have to I don't remember exactly how it is. It's in the settings tab, but
Okay.
probably if you look in the Stack Overflow, they tell you, okay, you have to modify this parameter in the configuration.
Okay.
But I don't remember exactly now the if it doesn't work by default, you don't have to modify the settings.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to add something that also that is good that you can instead of doing SCP to download the things, you can use like a plus over there.
Yeah. Yes, Patricia said, this is running in the remote machine. This is not on my local computer. Instead of doing an SCP to copy the files, you can just click them here and just download.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have been
really?
doing that.
And that I guess is something very nice thing.
For me, that is the most useful.
Yeah,
Very
nice. Yeah.
And you can also like upload also just with that.
Yeah, also. You have, I don't know if I want to copy this here.
Really? From your local?
Yeah.
To
I can drag it here. And now it's there.
No. Yeah, yeah. Hey, there's Gabriel Vladimir. Ese es el basic.
Ahora de que hice
Yeah, for those nice
No,
things.
se dieron. Bien. Ah,
Killian probably.
pero has probado esta.
I have never connected to a server that doesn't allow you to only Killian in the specific case. Yeah. So
para la grabación. So, thank you. Thank you, everyone.